Hi, my name is Alex Mandrica, and today I want to talk to you about interactivity as a medium. Relo999 asked my opinion on games that are story-driven when you play as an actor, and those that are system-centric when you just try to win. So here's my take on it. A medium is a tool to communicate a message to your audience. Interactivity and story are devices you use to craft an experience that will impact your players. And depending on your goals, you select the most adapted means, not the other way around. For example, in movies, depending on what you want to express, you might use music, dialogues, or photography to create different effects, but they all have their pros and cons. With games, we often say gameplay first, but sticking blindly to a tool can limit our reach as creators. Games are about interactivity, but many of them also use story as part of the experience. So let's look at how these two tools interact with one another. Story is a passive medium. We experience it through empathy as we witness the struggle of the protagonist. The classic example of Alfred Hitchcock, with two people chatting with the bomb below the table, creates tension because the audience has more information than the characters but can't act upon it. With controls, the player would simply move away from the bomb and thus diffuse all tension. In Heavy Rain, you move the story forward with inputs and choices. But even if the narrative has branches, you have very limited control. You play as an actor following the script. In that case, interactivity creates a stronger link with the characters and helps engage the player more with the experience. So if narrative is your main medium, you can't give full agency to your players. Instead, use interactivity to maintain engagement and increase the identification to your protagonist. System-centric games are great at challenging player skills. You play yourself trying to game the system. Your main focus is to go through obstacles and satisfy winning conditions. The purest form can be found in abstract games like Go or chess, but many system-centric games create effect by adding a layer of narrative or character personalization. Like in The Sims, a richer context gives additional motivation to the players, but they still focus on the mastery of game systems. Because their experience is based on agency, it is important not to constrain the player by a full-blown narrative arc. In symmetry to a previous example, the narrative layer creates a deeper player engagement by tapping into emotions. Games are complex medium. They are made of elements that are selected to best support the goals of their creators. Story is passive, while gameplay is active, so I don't think they can coexist equally. So depending on whether your game focuses on the emotional ride or the mastery of system, you should select one as your primary and the other as support to increase engagement. If you're interested, I'll link to a video on meaningful game systems at the end. That's it for today. Thanks for the great question. If you enjoyed that video, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.